Hi, it's me, Rob, and today I'm at Universal Orlando Resort. The Lost Continent getting demolished, at least parts of it. So we're gonna go check that out and make a few stops along the way. So come hang out, I'll show you some stuff. It's 8:45 in the morning on a Monday here in the middle of September, September 15th. As you can see, it is gonna be a pretty busy morning here. I just wanted to make a couple of quick pit stops here in City Walk before we head over to Islands to go over to the Lost Continent. One thing I will not really be talking about in any of my videos is Halloween Horror Nights, just because there's been so much content about that stuff out already. But I do like looking at new window displays at City Walk. I haven't been here in a while, so I don't know how new this is, but this is really cool. I actually did not mind the Five Nights at Freddy movie, even though I'm not really a horror fan per se. That's pretty cool though. Another window display over here for Halloween Horror Nights. These shirts are pretty cool. I noticed this window display the other day when I was here with my wife. This is really cool. The Back to Hogwarts collection with what looks like some new shirts. So look at the Gryffindor with the sword on it. That's really cool. There's one with the lion and the sword on the female mannequin here. And the kid down here, he's got a little Gryffindor crest on his shirt. Of course, I'm gonna skip right over Slytherin House because boo. Ravenclaw with the diadem. And the one here with the popped out letters. I have seen those before, the popped out letter shirts, but I think that the symbols on them are new, like the diadem up there up top. That's really cool. And then Hufflepuff over here, of course, my house and the best house at Hogwarts, if you ask me. Everybody wants to be a Gryffindor till it's time to do Gryffindor things, you know? That bag's cool. I might have to get one of those bags. I'm wearing an over-the-shoulder bag now. Not that you can see me, but that is just my style. There's also a really cool Halloween market over here now in the middle of City Walk outside of the Universal Studios store. We're not gonna look at a ton of the merch, but I did wanna look at some of the display stuff over here. This is really cool. And this over here is fun. It gives me, I've been watching Wednesday on Netflix for the first time. I have 2 episodes left in season 2. And a lot of this stuff over here is giving me Wednesday vibes. This is cool. Little bird cage down here. For Christmas, this is usually decked out in Earl the Squirrel stuff. This red truck over here, at least I think it's the same red truck. But now they have it for fall decorations. This is pretty cool. Little pumpkin head right here. And hello fall, it says, hey fall, cannot wait, honestly. This summer in Florida has been a little rough for me. The Ohio boy in me is very excited for fall and winter down here in Orlando. This is really well done. This is fun. A couple of little straw people over here. Scarecrows, I guess you would call them. I'm not sure if it's still open, but there was a pass holder exclusive entrance over here to the left. I don't know if that's still there or not. Main entrances are obviously over that way. But we're gonna go see over here. There's a few people walking this way, which is what made me remember that there used to be a pass holder entrance over here. So let's see if that's still there. Haha, it is still here. This is cool. We're gonna zoom right on in here this morning. Oh no. I was gonna take the Hogwarts Express today over to Studios, but it looks like it's down today for maintenance. Yeah, it looks like she didn't know either, huh? Anyways, No Hallworks Express ride for me today. All right, we finally made it over to the Lost Continent. There is no date officially announced for when demolition is going to start on the Lost Continent. But the good news is Mythos is safe. They are not planning on demolishing the restaurant, which, as you know, has won tons of awards for best theme park restaurant. The food's pretty good. The dining experience is really fun. It's a nice restaurant. So I for one, I'm kind of glad that that's not leaving. Although you could retheme it. It wouldn't really matter, I guess. But one of the things that is leaving is the Poseidon's Fury Arena, or theater, I guess you would call it. This ride has been closed since 2024. It's not even a ride. It's a walk-through sort of play. And I never really liked it. I only went through it once. And I was almost falling asleep standing up. The only thing that was really cool about this experience was the tunnel when you went in. There was like a water tunnel. That was pretty neat. But this whole area is gonna get demolished. The amount of land being demolished is around 5 acres, including this theater and the Sinbad area where they used to have the stunt show, which closed in 2018. As much as I didn't enjoy the Poseidon's Fury experience, you can't deny that the theming over here is magnificent. Look at these big statue feet. This is really cool. The theater itself has a fun front facade. This is awesome. We're gonna walk over this way. I don't know if you can still walk down into this area or not. I would be kind of surprised. Yeah, you can't. I don't know if you ever really could, to be honest with you. It's roped off over here. But there's some steps that lead down over here into this little water area. I don't think this area was ever open for use. Here's a look at the arm and the trident. Like I said earlier, you can't deny that this theming is amazing. And it is kind of a shame to see this piece of history of the park that's gonna go. And this will be gone forever. It's not like they can take this to that antique mall in Lakeland, or anybody would be able to buy this stuff, or would even want to. I mean, where are you gonna put it? But that is just so cool. We're going here on the left-hand side. I don't know how close I can get. Oh, it looks like it's chained off right over here. Here's just a little closer look at the front entrance to this old attraction. With a waterfall over here. I mean, this is a really, really impressive piece of architecture here. Some of this hasn't been maintained the best. You can see that this area is pretty weedy. Really no reason to maintain it, I guess. Another little waterfall feature over here. For now though, this still is a nice area to come get away from the hustle and bustle of the park if you just need a second to collect yourself. And it's pretty shaded over here still this morning, even though summer is almost over. If you're looking for a break from the heat, for, I would assume, a few weeks. The announcement said in the coming months that demolition is going to begin over here in the Lost Continent. Here's a good little shot of Mythos with the trident and arm sticking up. See if I can't zoom in on this a little bit. That's just, I mean, it's so cool. Treasures of Poseidon, where they have the Pearl experience, is right over here to the left of Poseidon's Fury. I believe this is also being demolished. This is a fun little gift shop where they have some jewelry. Earrings, necklaces, pearls, rings. Pearl in the oyster. $19 experience. Come do it while you still can. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time in here, but here's just kind of a walkthrough of the Treasures of Poseidon store. This is pretty cool over here. This statue and the skeleton, who is all decked out in some treasure. They got hats and stuff over here, some dragon themed merchandise. These are also pretty cool. Some artwork. I think this one's my favorite. That guy does not look very happy. He looks kind of sad, doesn't he? Sheesh, maybe he's sad that this area of the park's getting demolished. Not the biggest store, but there's some cool stuff in here. Another fun little statue over here of Poseidon with his trident. And then two more skeletons, also decked out in some jewelry and treasure over here. This guy liked his rings, didn't he? I don't know about this little headdress thing up here. This is giving me, if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, Thor's sister, is it Helena? Yeah, this is giving me Helena vibes over here. Some more skulls up here. And a helmet. Kind of looks like a Spartan helmet. Shield over here with the big trident. Those items obviously aren't for sale, just display pieces, but those are still cool. So I just did a quick Google search because I want to give you guys the most accurate information I can. As far as I've seen so far, Poseidon's Fury and Sinbad's are definitely being demolished. It is unclear as of now whether or not the restaurants are going to be demolished or rethemed. I believe Mythos is safe from what I've seen. I don't know about Fighter Eater's Grill. I don't know about the kebab stand. I don't know for sure. I don't know if anybody really does. And I also don't know about the Treasures of Poseidon that we just walked through. Is the structure going to stand? Is it going to be rethemed to fit the new area? I don't know. I would assume it is going to be at least rethemed. I would assume. But that's all I really can do at this point. Here's a look over here at Fighter Eater's Grill, a quick service restaurant here in the Lost Continent, where they have gyros, gyros, however you want to say it, chicken fingers, chicken stingers, chili cheese dog. They got some beer too. So if you are nervous at all about this restaurant closing or changing its food items, now's the time to come enjoy them. If you are interested in sampling these, you are looking at between $13 and $18 for food over here. There's also some treats down here as well if you're interested in a sweet snack. Ooh, they got chocolate chip cookie dough over here too. I did not know that. And a Kit Kat Reese's Pieces brownie. Or are they saying they have Kit Kats, Reese's Pieces, and brownies? I don't really know. I've never ate over here. But I tell you, this food looks pretty good. What are they doing with the archway? Is the archway staying or going? I don't know. I would assume this main walkway is going to stay open during construction, or maybe they'll do a little wraparound like they were doing for when the line's really big for Hagrid's. Sometimes this doorway is open here. Maybe a little reroute if they are going to end up getting rid of this archway. A look over here at this fun little fountain. Are you staying, buddy? Wish you could tell us. I mean, maybe Universal doesn't even really know. I know the permits have been filed for demolition. So I don't know if that means they need to say everything they're demolishing. But we don't have access to that information yet, as I said earlier. We're still on the main walkway over here in the Lost Continent. And there is a shop over here that has brought in a lot of How to Train Your Dragon merchandise. If this isn't the Lost Continent anymore, will this fit the theme of the area? I would say probably not. But with Berk being open, this is a good location for them to be selling How to Train Your Dragon merchandise away from Epic Universe. I haven't seen some of this stuff over here yet. A lot of How to Train Your Dragon stuff over here now. So what's the game plan for this store, I wonder? These are really cool, albeit rather expensive. But here's a statue of the Night Lights. And over here is the Light Fury, even more expensive than the other display piece, clocking in at $425. Now this area over here has still stayed true to the theming of the store as far as the merch goes, from how it used to be with some of these just generic dragon style items. There were some really cool dragon statues and goblets, but it looks like those are gone. These are not the goblets I was talking about, but I haven't seen these before. This statue is similar-ish to the ones that were in here before. This is pretty cool. Where are you going, buddy? You gonna stay here, or are you guys moving? And where'd your friends go? The kebab shop over here in Islands of Adventure at the Lost Continent. Are you staying? Are you going? Or are you getting rethemed? Beef, chicken, vegan meatball kebabs. Looking at right around $16. And they got some hummus, Greek yogurt, fruit cups, a soft pretzel, churros, and chips. Come get them while you still can. Over here to the left is the kebab shop. We're gonna wander on back over here to the left of the restrooms to see what kind of look we can get at the old Sinbad Theater. Looks like not much of a look, as it is blocked off right over here at the entrance. But this area is definitely being demolished to make way for whatever new attraction is going to be here. I can't zoom a ton with this camera, but you can still see a ship with a, looks like a deer skull on it. I don't know how well you can see it here, but that's the inside of the old Sinbad stunt show. But this whole area is being demolished. This is included in the 5 acres that are for sure coming down. We're gonna head on over here to the left to see if there's anything else of note. Over this way. I've never seen the Sinbad stunt show, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't really been back here much either. There's some interesting little displays over here. I don't know what this is. I don't even know what to call this. And then there's a cart over here all by itself. Some more plants and stuff over there. I am coming back pretty far. Might be able to get a look inside here now. I'm just gonna sneak around the corner here a little bit. There you can see some of the stage area for the old Sinbad show. See if I can't come up top here. Here we go. There's a look at the interior of the old stage. As you can see, not a ton of seating. I've never been over here before. I've never seen this. This is actually really interesting. But it's going to be gone soon. Demolished. I've probably said that word at least 50 times in this video. But that's the theme today, isn't it? Demolition. I wouldn't be able to talk about the Lost Continent without mentioning the magic fountain over here. You sticking around, buddy? I wonder. I've never actually talked to you before. I'd imagine he'd be hard to move. Maybe they'll keep him just for old time's sake, you know, just as a remembrance of the area. Last but not least, over here in the Lost Continent, the All Hallows Boutique. I, for one, would be very surprised to see this specific store go, because I know it is a fan favorite. But again, I think it just comes down to, is it gonna match the theming, or will Universal care if it does? I don't know. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time in here because I don't really care that much about Halloween Horror Nights. But I will at least do a quick walk through just in case this store does leave or is included in either the retheming or demolition of the area. A little bit bigger in here than you would think. And I did want to at least take a look at these cool pumpkins over here. Those are fun, huh? And then, of course, as you exit the Lost Continent, you come into Hogsmeade, which clearly is not being demolished. But it looks like they do have cornhole out here now, or at least some sort of version of it. That's fun, isn't it? So I've heard some rumors for a while that this area was going to be rethemed to Zelda. I have heard potentially that Zelda may be an expansion over Epic Universe. But as we know, with the 2 Potter parks being in separate parks at Universal, they do like to have kind of things from the same universe in multiple parks, you know, so then you got to go to different parks to see that attraction. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it be Zelda. That's been a rumor for a long time. But the other one that's a more recent rumor is Wicked. And I would be curious to see what they would do with that. Obviously, there's tons of options for theming. And I mean, Wicked has been a very successful Broadway play based on the book. And the movie did phenomenal numbers. People seem to really love Wicked. I, for one, do. I've seen the play twice, maybe 3 times. I can't remember. That's sort of irrelevant. But I'm really curious to see what they're going to put over here. And I guess time will tell. So, yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time.